What if you could become the one experience her brain refuses to scroll past? The moment her nervous system tags as important, rewarding, and worth chasing again. Not because you fake anything or perform tricks, but because you understand how desire is wired, how anticipation works, and how to build a high dopamine experience that is ethical, grounded, and only available in your presence. Today, I'm going to show you the psychology behind that effect and exactly how to engineer it with integrity. This isn't about manipulation. It's about mastering your own energy, your boundaries, your timing, and your delivery, so that every interaction with you feels like signal in a world of noise. If you've ever felt like interest fades too quickly, like attention pops and then evaporates, like your best qualities stay invisible when it matters, you're about to learn how to flip that script and make her brain do something it loves. Anticipate, pursue, and reward the source of novelty, safety, and tension that only you create. Start with the truth. Dopamine does not equal love, and it is not pleasure itself. Neuroscience distinguishes between wanting and liking. Dopamine fuels wanting, the motivation to seek, to approach, to check for updates, while other systems code the pleasure of the moment itself. Why does that matter to you? Because if you want to be compelling, you must architect both. The wanting that keeps her curious and engaged, and the liking that makes the time with you satisfying, warm, and worth repeating. Kenneth Barrage's work on incentive salience shows how cues can make rewards feel more compelling, and Wolfram Schultz's research on reward prediction error explains why the brain spikes dopamine when something good is a little better than expected or arrives slightly unpredictably. Translation for your dating life. Sameness bores the brain, chaos repels it. Calibrated unpredictability, delivered inside a reliable frame, hooks attention and deepens desire. Your job is to become a reliable man who introduces calibrated novelty at the right moments. You do that by building what I call the reliable core, rotating edge. The reliable core is your presence, your emotional regulation, your boundaries, and your values. It's the calm voice, eye contact that holds without staring, the steady timing, and the non-reactivity that makes her nervous system relax. Think Gottman's emotional bids concept. You consistently notice and respond to small bids for connection, micro-comments, glances, jokes with attuned attention. That steady presence is the platform. The rotating edge is where you inject novelty, a new setting, a surprising question, an unexpected side of you. A different tempo in your voice or date flow, a slight change in how you touch her hand, a thoughtful twist she couldn't predict. Cialdini's principles of influence, scarcity, social proof, authority, commitment, consistency are useful lenses, but the reality is simpler. The brain tunes out what is predictable and attends to what is meaningfully different. Deliver difference without becoming erratic. That balance is the magnetic zone. A high dopamine experience starts long before the date. It starts with your baseline. Dopamine is not infinite. Your lifestyle sets your baseline sensitivity. If you drown your brain in constant stimulation, endless short-form content, ultra-processed rewards, chaotic sleep, your receptors down-regulate. You become numb and need more drama to feel anything. That numbness leaks into your interactions as neediness and over-pursuit. So before we talk tactics, lock your baseline. Sleep 7 to 9 hours most nights. Train hard 3 to 5 times a week with real intensity. Get daylight in your eyes early. Keep your caffeine timing sane. And cut back on cheap dopamine loops that fry your attention. This isn't motivational fluff. A well-regulated nervous system lets you deliver steadiness, scarcity, and presence, 3 pillars of lasting attraction, and makes your micro-novelty actually register as novel. When your baseline is clean, small changes feel big. That is your advantage. Now let's talk the loop itself. The addiction loop in behavioral psychology is driven by variable ratio or variable interval reinforcement. Think slot machines. But we are not turning dating into gambling. We are leveraging the concept ethically to build anticipation. Intermittent reinforcement means a reward arrives unpredictably within a safe, known container. In practice, this looks like a rhythm of contact and reward that she can trust will happen, but not know exactly how it will land. You keep your weekly cadence reliable. She knows you'll connect, but within that cadence you vary the form and the spice of the reward. Sometimes it's a voice note that lands with warmth and flirtatious specificity. Sometimes it's a 3-line text that leaves a purposeful gap. Sometimes it's a short call with energy and a clean ending. Sometimes it's a thoughtfully planned micro-experience she didn't see coming. Same man, same values, different expression. Her brain doesn't chase you because you withhold. It chases because each encounter is a little better than expected in a way that feels safe. Safety is non-negotiable. Esther Perel talks about the paradox of desire. We want both safety and adventure. Without safety, you create anxiety, not attraction. Without adventure, you create friendship, not fire. So your first responsibility is to radiate consistent safety cues. You listen before you persuade. You mirror and name her perspective without losing yours. You keep your word on small commitments. You end interactions on your terms with respect, never ghosting or dangling. You manage your time. You have a life. You maintain boundaries with warmth. I'm off the phone at 10, I'll text you tomorrow. That kind of reliable closure calms the system and makes space for anticipation to rise again. Paradoxically, predictably closing loops, on time, creates the conditions for unpredictable delight the next time. Here's a practical architecture you can deploy immediately. It's the 3-2-1 pattern for connection, anticipation, and delivery. 3 priming touches per week, 2 high signal moments, 1 peak experience. The 3 priming touches are brief signals that you're thinking of her, 30 to 90 seconds each. A quick voice note describing something that reminded you of her taste. A photo of a coffee with, "Your soundtrack is in the background." A single line that frames an upcoming plan. The 2 high signal moments are slightly longer and richer. A 5-minute call where you ask a precise question she hasn't been asked before and actually listen to the answer. Or a mini surprise you drop into an existing plan, like arranging the corner table with indirect lighting because you noticed she loves calm spaces. The 1 peak experience is the most memorable moment of the week, a date flow with a beginning, a threshold, and a reveal. You start with a calm entrance. You cross a threshold into a new environment or sensation. A rooftop at golden hour, a hidden bookstore with a record player, a taste flight she's never tried, and you reveal a small twist that was seeded earlier in the week. That reveal should connect to the priming touches, so her brain completes the loop and gets the better-than-expected hit it craves. To make this work, you need precision. Vague praise and generic conversation don't move dopamine. Specificity does. Use perceptual specificity. Name details others miss. Instead of, "You look great," say, "That clean line on your jacket with the understated metal detail is a power move." Instead of "You're funny," mirror the exact mechanism of her humor. You pause half a beat before the punchline. You build tension like a pro. The brain encodes what is specific. When you show you see specifics, you become rare. Rarity is dopamine relevant. Combine specificity with scarcity, and you create magnetism. I'm heading out in 15. I wanted to share one thing I noticed about you this week, then deliver the line and exit. Leave oxygen in the room. The exit is as important as the entrance. Control your tempo. Seduction is a game of timing. Most men rush. They flood the channel with effort and kill anticipation. Think in musical arcs. You want changes in tempo, volume, and silence. In text, that means you don't respond instantly every time, not to play games, but to protect the rhythm and your life. In person, it means you slow your voice when you drop something meaningful. Then you break eye contact and shift subjects lightly, creating micro-whiplash that keeps her attentive without exhausting her. In touch, it means you escalate and de-escalate with sensitivity to feedback. Touch is not a ladder, it's a wave. You amplify, you pull back, you change the point of contact. You never overstay a peak. You leave room for the next one. This wave creates pulses of dopamine without triggering the defense systems that say too much, too soon. Design your environments. The same conversation in 2 different contexts creates different chemistry. Lighting, acoustics, scent, music, seating geometry, these are not superficial. They shape arousal and attention. Soft, indirect light calms the amygdala. Noise levels change how close you need to sit to hear. A subtle, consistent, personal scent becomes an anchor. After 2 or 3 exposures, it tags you in memory. A soundtrack with a low-tempo bass line early, then a slightly more rhythmic track later, shifts energy at the moment you want to cross a threshold. Sit at a 45-degree angle before you switch to face-to-face. It creates ease first, intensity second. Tiny choices compound into the impression that time with you always feels right, and that feeling is what she wants more of. Ask higher quality questions that open loops. People get hooked on solving meaningful puzzles, especially puzzles about themselves. Use questions that surface identity, not just facts. What is a standard you quietly keep that nobody sees? What are you done apologizing for? Where do you feel strongest in your body when you make a hard decision? These are not therapy questions. They are identity questions. They make her reflect in your presence, which her brain then associates with you. When she shares, reply with precise, validating language so she feels seen, then add a directional tease that hints at future exploration. I want to see that standard in the wild one day. Let's put it to work soon. You've given value in the present and planted a flag in the future. Introduce calibrated challenge. Attraction grows at the edge of your comfort and hers. Dan Ariely's work on predictable irrationalities reminds us that people overvalue what they work for. If everything is too easy, there is nothing to invest in and nothing to own. So invite micro-challenges that feel playful and embodied, not cerebral tests, a blind taste guess, a brief cold plunge, a spontaneous 2-minute dance lesson outside the venue, a no-phone mini walk where you both share one brave truth. You go first. You model the energy you want. That blend of fun and stretch raises arousal states and encodes the moment as a salient memory. Then, this part is crucial. You land the plane. You provide warm closure. That was good. Next time we raise it one notch. Her brain expects the series. That expectation fuels the loop. Guard your social proof without flexing. Cialdini's principle shows that humans look to others to decide value, but blatant bragging kills attraction. Subtle third-party signals do the work. Be known by name at 2 or 3 places where you actually like the staff. Contribute value in your circles. Keep visible hobbies with a craft component, barbell strength, cooking fundamentals, photography composition, salsa basics, so you can demonstrate skill in small doses. Skill is sexy because it signals discipline and attention. It also lets you share experiences that are naturally novel. Share, don't teach. Invite, don't instruct. I'm making a quick reduction. Give me 3 minutes, then taste with me, is far more seductive than a lecture about cuisine. You create a small stage where she experiences you as a man in motion. Manage silence like a pro. After a peak, there is a dip. Schultz's reward prediction error cuts both ways. If she expects non-stop fireworks and you try to deliver them, you will burn yourselves out. If you allow the dip and frame it, you preserve the loop. Say it, I'm going quiet for a bit. Good things need oxygen. That sentence is a boundary, an expectation, and a tease. Then disappear into your life. Do real things. Create real value. When you reappear, bring a tangible curiosity or a crafted moment, not just, hey. You are training her brain to associate your pings with meaning. Don't ping without meaning. Random pings eat your own brand. Use commitment devices to increase pursuit. People value what they have pre-committed to with words and micro-actions. Ask small, specific commitments that point toward a shared moment. Pick a number from 1 to 3. Whichever you pick is the course we skip next time. Send me the song that feels like winter to you. I'll match it. Choose between rooftop at golden hour or jazz after hours. She chooses. She invests. You mirror that investment decisively. The next time you meet, you refer back to her choice and reveal the prepared element. This is consistency in action. It tells the deepest part of the brain. With this man, my choices matter, and he builds on them. That pattern is addictive in the best way. Pair warmth with edge in how you use your voice. Your voice is a primary instrument for dopamine because it carries micro-novelty through tone, rhythm, and breaths. Speak from your diaphragm, slow down on decisive lines, and then cut sentences short when you want to inject energy. Lower your voice slightly when you praise specifics. Raise it a touch when you challenge. Emphasize contrast. Stay here. Now, lean with me for 3 seconds. Back. That micro-command structure, delivered with warmth, turns language into choreography. She experiences you as a leader who listens. Highly rare, highly addictive. Anchor identity to the moments you create. People become loyal to experiences that reinforce their preferred self-image. If she wants to feel bold, engineer a moment where she acts boldly and you witness it. If she values elegance, set a scene where her elegance has room to bloom and you name it precisely. The way you took that pause before answering. That's composure. You are not inventing qualities. You are amplifying what is already true and making it obvious. Anchoring is not flattery. It's accurate mirroring that binds identity to you as the witness. Brains repeat what feels identity consistent. Become the man who reflects identity and raises standards. Master the micro-tease. Tease is not sarcasm or negging. It is calibrated contrast that invites play. You pair a compliment with a challenge in a single breath. That answer is sharp. Now give it to me in 5 words. Or, you have impeccable taste. Prove it. Choose the dish blind. Tease without contempt. The moment it feels like a put-down, you've failed. Keep the smile in your eyes. Keep your body soft but grounded. Tease adds edge, and edge spikes interest. Never flood with gifts of attention. Abundance is not overgiving. It is deliberate giving that has weight. If you write a message that took you 12 minutes to craft, let it stand alone. Do not follow with 3 more. If you plan a layered experience, avoid adding extra layers last minute. Overstimulus dulls the receptors. Think of your presence like fragrance, 1 or 2 strategic sprays, not 10. Let the aura carry. Let curiosity do the work. Space is not absence. Space is an ingredient. Use environmental scarcity to your advantage. Not all scarcity is schedule-based. Some scarcity is place-based. Bring her to a venue that is only right at a precise time. Sunset on a pedestrian bridge, a bakery that sells a limited run, a gallery that closes early. You frame the experience as a chance event within your flow. She learns that when she's with you, windows open. Dopamine loves windows that might close soon. Do not counterfeit scarcity. If you oversell, you look like a marketer. Understate and deliver. Let the setting surprise for you. Prime with sensory cues before you meet. If you know you're seeing her Thursday, seed a cue Tuesday. A 15-second voice note with the ambient sound of the place you'll go. A photo that shows a texture, a shadow, a corner, never the whole reveal. The brain starts simulating the future and releasing dopamine in anticipation. Helen Fisher's work on romantic love shows that anticipation itself hooks attention. Your pre-cue creates your own trailer. Movie studios do it for a reason. So should you. Handle micro-conflicts with frame and care. Conflict is inevitable. How you repair is what makes you addictive or forgettable. When there's friction, breathe, slow down, and frame the repair as an experience. We're going to fix this now and better than before. Here's my read in 1 sentence. Tell me yours in 1. Keep it contained, solve it quickly, then move back to play. Quick, clean repair teaches her nervous system that tension with you is safe because it resolves. This is priceless. Many men either avoid all tension or overcorrect with control. You will become memorable by handling friction with grace and decisiveness. Respect windows of absence. The loop only works if you allow downstates. Dopamine dips after peaks. If you panic in the dip and flood her, you dismantle your own work. Instead, create a ritual for your own absence. After a great moment, you say, "I'm stepping into my project cave. I'll see you Thursday." Then you vanish into mission. Mission is masculine, not to posture, but because purposefully focusing on what you build keeps your energy clean. When you return, you bring something back, an insight, a story fragment, a micro-plan, not to impress, but to share the world you are building. She does not become your world. She becomes the woman you invite into it. Adopt stoic discipline to keep your edges sharp. Epictetus would tell you to distinguish what is in your control from what isn't. Her reaction is not under your control. Your character, your preparation, and your expression are. Marcus Aurelius would tell you to do the next right thing without complaint. Stoicism protects you from the most attraction-killing habit there is, neediness. When you live by standards, sleep, training, work blocks, reading, solitude, you stop seeking approval with overfunctioning. You bring a calm, energized presence into every interaction. You say less and mean more. You can deliver a higher value silence than most deliver in a speech. That is intoxicating. Stop negotiating for attention with words. Negotiation kills desire. Instead of convincing, demonstrate. Instead of explaining, embody. If she pulls away, do not chase with paragraphs. You step back with dignity. You keep your rhythm. You maintain warmth, and you redirect your energy into craft and community. Very often, the moment you stop overfunctioning is the moment her curiosity returns. If it doesn't, your life remains rich. That posture is not a tactic. It's a way of living that coincidentally makes you very attractive. Let's put this into a concrete week so you can feel the difference. Monday morning, you send a precise 12-second voice note while you're on a walk. The ambient sound of the city in the background, your voice low and relaxed. I found a corner that looks like your mood when you're focused. Thursday, 6:30, I'm bringing you there. Then you go dark until Tuesday night. Tuesday, you send a one-line text seeded with specificity. Your pause before you answer is a weapon. Keep it. You do not follow up. Wednesday, you call for 4 minutes at a time. You can end cleanly. You ask one identity question. What is a standard you keep when nobody's watching? You mirror what she says with one precise line and you end on time. That's exactly what I thought. I'm heading out. I'll see you tomorrow. Thursday, you execute the experience with a beginning, threshold, reveal. You start in a calm space with indirect light. You switch locations or sensory channels at the 30-minute mark. You inject a calibrated micro-challenge that makes her move. Let's trade 3-word truths as we walk. You finish with warm closure and a playful promise. Good. Next time, we test that standard in the wild. Friday, you go quiet and you build your life. Saturday afternoon, you drop a micro-ping that pre-frames the next arc. 2 options. Choose quick, rooftops or back alley jazz. Then you let her choose and you plan accordingly. This is the loop: reliable cadence, novel content, specific language, clean endings, protected absence, rinse and refine. Refinement is where you win. Track your signals like an athlete. After key interactions, ask yourself, where did her energy rise? Where did it flatten? What detail lit her up? What cue did I miss? Where did I talk too long? When did I land the plane well? Keep a short log. Adjust your timing. Reduce words by 15%. Increase specificity by 30%. Add 1 new sensory element per week. Remove 1 source of cheap stimulation from your life. Over 4 weeks, your presence will change. Others will feel it before you do. Handle texting like a craftsman, not a fire hose operator. Short, shaped, and intentional beats, long, needy, and frequent. Use 3 classes of messages: priming, framing, and sealing. Priming messages spark anticipation with sensory cues or specific compliments. Framing messages set expectations for plans or boundaries. Sealing messages close an arc with warmth. Do not stack all 3 in one burst. Space them. If she gives you a high signal message, you can mirror it with a slightly lower volume than she used. If she sends a long emotional share, you do not reply with analysis. You reply with precision. 1 sentence that names the essence, 1 sentence that affirms her strength, and 1 sentence that points forward. Then you step back. You create the experience that her longest messages land safely with you and do not trigger a needy waterfall. Remember that your physicality is part of the loop. You don't need to be a model. You do need to be embodied. Keep your posture stacked, feet grounded, pelvis neutral, chest open, chin slightly tucked. Move with economy. Use your hands sparingly and purposefully. When you touch with a clear beginning and end. Hold for a count of 2 longer than you're used to when the moment invites it. Then release before you're tempted to linger. In early phases, touch less than you want to and more precisely than you expect to. That precision tells her unconscious that you are safe and intentional. Later, that same precision allows for a deeper, more electric contact that her body anticipates because your pattern has trained trust. Cut out the behaviors that destroy the loop. Love bombing, over-investing early to force intensity, creates a fast high and a fast crash. Performative vulnerability, sharing heavy stories too soon to manufacture intimacy, pressurizes the situation and makes her nervous system scan for manipulation. Inconsistency, promising and not delivering, erases the safety that makes novelty enjoyable. Bad endings, lingering at the door, apologizing for the night, fishing for reassurance, poison the memory of the peak. If you recognize yourself in any of these, stop today. Replace each with its antidote: steady pacing, identity-grounded sharing, small promises kept, crisp closures. Calibrate to her feedback like a scientist. Seduction with integrity pays attention to real data. Does she lean in when you slow your voice, or does she speed up? Does her breath deepen when you pause, or does she fidget? Do her pupils dilate when you add a challenge, or does her voice flatten? You are not interrogating, you are listening with your eyes and skin. If energy drops, switch channels, from conversation to movement, from sitting to walking, from words to a shared activity. If energy rises and you feel her reach a threshold, mark it and move on before it fades. Leave some peaks unscaled. The ones you leave make the next arc inevitable. Respect consent as the frame that makes everything else possible. Consent is not just about yes or no. It is about ongoing attunement. Ask clearly when the moment calls for it. Offer out clauses naturally. If you want to keep this as a walk tonight, say the word. Counterintuitively, giving easy outs increases trust and often increases desire because you demonstrate strength, not need. You are not trying to trap her in a loop. You are inviting her into one she enjoys and chooses. Understand that real scarcity comes from you actually doing meaningful things with your time. If your schedule is empty, you will fill it with chasing. Fill it first with work that matters to you, with training that pushes you, with learning that stretches you, with men who hold you accountable. Your energy changes when your life is full. Your texts get shorter and richer. Your invitations carry weight. Your silences feel like presence, not absence. This is the deepest secret of the high dopamine experience. It's not a gimmick. It's the byproduct of a life that produces signal. You can't fake that for long. If you want a quick checklist you can act on immediately, here it is. First, clean your baseline this week. Sleep, training, morning light, reduce cheap stimulation. Second, adopt the 3-2-1 pattern. 3 priming touches, 2 high signal moments, 1 peak experience. Third, increase specificity in your observations. Replace generic praise with precise naming. Fourth, install warm closures. End on time. Hint at next time. Then go quiet. Fifth, plan one environment with a threshold and a reveal. Sixth, build one micro-challenge that invites her into play and lets her win with effort. Seventh, log your interactions. Refine your timing and reduce word count by 15%. Eighth, protect absence. Schedule your mission time and honor it. Ninth, choose one skill to demonstrate lightly. Share, don't teach. 10th, check your ethics. No love bombing, no manipulation, no inconsistency. When you execute these 10, you will notice the loop. She begins to anticipate you, to check for you, to invest in the next moment with you, not because you hacked her, but because you built a sequence of experiences that her brain and heart both love. I'm going to leave you with a framing sentence you can use whenever you want to set the tone and keep the loop alive. Say it in your own words, but let the structure guide you. I like the way you specific observation. Thursday, I'm going to preview the reveal for exactly 45 minutes, then I'm gone. Bring your micro-challenge cue. That sentence locks in specificity, anticipation, duration, and challenge. It says you are intentional, scarce, and playful. It says she can trust the container and look forward to the contents. And it signals that the best parts of you are only available in real time, in real life, where the noise drops and the signal rises. Become that signal. Curate your inputs, elevate your outputs, respect her agency, and let your presence be the place where safety meets edge, where warmth meets discipline, where novelty meets meaning. Do that consistently, and you won't need to chase attention or engineer drama. You will be the experience her brain keeps coming back for, the high dopamine loop that feels like home and adventure in one. That is how you create something she only gets from you.